Hello, everyone, and welcome back to War in the Pacific Admirals Edition. This is Friedrich, and this is my game as the Allies against TF-1377, the Japanese. I've got night. Ooh, okay. I've got night search over there and day search. I want to get an overabundance of search aircraft in the South and Central Pacific to do the same thing, have an overlapping search night and day. But it might not hurt to have both. Well, what am I saying? It might not hurt to just have one squadron designated to night search, even if it's not like a perfect arc. This is a bummer because we actually hit this thing, but it was a dud. It's such a small boat. Maybe it hit the boat and it'll still sink, right? Just put a hole in it without detonating. So let's see how the day's air goes. So he's sweeping Changsha. Let's try to keep our eyes on what he's doing here. Sweeping the two major bases and likely bombing the two major bases. Now, he doesn't know where we kept from. We kept from Ankang, but he might think we're trying to sneak around and do funky things in Xi'an, but we're not. Yeah, this is kind of annoying even to me. What I mean is just kind of rinse and repeat a bunch of this stuff. I kind of I need a change of pace, and by that I mean I need to have I need to be in the Marianas for something for to do some more fun, different bombings targets. Oh well. Okay, so this is the change. All right, let's see if hey we get one of these sallies. Let's see if he bombs without escort or sweep somewhere. All right, well, he's bombing here, and I don't think he had escort or sweeps going here. So that's one place. If I could get that base force here to Nanchang, I could cap that right there. And here's another one. We could also cap that. So he's so he yeah, that's interesting. He's not being real careful there. Although he does have free range at the moment. I can't technically I could get fighters there and cap it still, but then any maintenance or disablement, I would have to sit there for a few days or a few weeks maybe until I get my base force in. Okay, now we're bombing Rangoon. I'm just hitting the air base now. The port, it's too late for that. Let's just I mean, it's not too late. I could still hit the port, but I figured I would focus on the air base for now. Um, yeah, there's just bad weather here all the time, it feels like. I know that's technically not true, but um, feels like when I really want to get some good hits, it's bad weather, so bad accuracy. Okay, we're hitting Hollandia finally, so that's good. It's good to see. All right, see this? We hit a Sally, which that's a different kind of Sally. I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with this model. I don't know if it's a recon or something, but and then a couple Topsies. I did know he had aircraft there, but yeah. I do not know why these bombers are hitting Manus. I thought I told all of the bombers to hit Hollandia. All the bombers in New Guinea. Oh wow. Oh, we lost one to fly. And I'm flying. Oh, 10. I might have to bump that up. Um, hmm. Yeah, this afternoon it's light rain. That would have been nice to have that in the morning. But we are doing some decent damage here. Also, I wanted to note something. Look at this. You don't see any flak. Now, either he doesn't have any flak at this base, or his supply is. I doubt he has zero supply. That doesn't even make sense. All right, well, I guess that's that. There's lackluster in this in the sense of results. Okay, so in Iwi Talk, I don't have my subs going into this hex, so I'm guessing this was a reactionary activity where it probably saw that ship go in and chased it in, fired a torpedo. Let's see if we can sink it before it goes into port and repairs. Nope. I mean, technically it could still sink, but I have doubts that it will. For some reason, I think he'll disband it. It'll put the fires out and then they'll repair it. So he's no, it's a different hex. Okay, so he's just bombarding. He decided to chill out today. But yeah, his ratio is a lot better now. Yeah, the 64 assault value holding off 600. That's crazy. All right, we had some upgrades. Yeah, so most of them not really that important, but anyway, I like doing them anyway for the points, as well as you never know when you might use that base. But I realize it's probably not anytime soon. All right. Anything new? Okay, I didn't think I was going to talk about this because there wasn't any epic air-to-air action, but there still was 8 to 7 in losses, which still isn't necessarily real high, but just wanted to cover that real briefly and go into the three top C's and what else? We got one of these MC Sallies on the ground as well. They're at Hollandia. Now, he may or may not try to pull those aircraft out, but he lost a couple more aircraft to flak. One of them is a Sally, but one of them is another recon, I think, a plane with a Dina, and then you can see all that. But looking at ours, of course, we lost, as usual, the high rate of losses to our sky trains, but then the B-24 that we lost to flak. That's not ideal. So I'm gonna have to, for the Central Pacific, I guess I'll have to raise my aircraft a little bit higher. Okay. Let's take a look here. Okay, 0, 0, and 2 killed in action. I wonder if one of them is the B-24 crew. But also one quick thing. Just wanted to show you this too. So last month, look at this. So nothing new that I could tell, but the biggest reason I'm showing you is I think this is the shortest list I've ever seen when I click last month. Usually it's several pages. This is not even a full page. We need to get out there and get some more ships so that we can make this list longer. Now, we don't need to add any of our ships to this list, but it'd be nice to get some more Japanese kills so we can make that list longer. All right, well, okay, I'll see you on the 6th. All right, here we are, March 6th, 1943. Ooh, took a dot base there. Look at that. Starting to occupy some of these dot bases here in and around New Guinea. Not that it'll be much use to us right now. I would love to get some seaplane tenders up there though, and drop some um, PBYs or something. I think that'd be great. Spread my search arcs further up north. Could do either of those dot bases there. All right. We don't get a shot off, and these are mod 2s. All right. Now, I don't know how important watching these anti-sub actions. I mean, the sub activity is pretty quick usually. These can take a while. We did take a near miss that caused damage, but the rest of these seem to be just rattles. So yeah, we took one hit. It's likely very minor. We Yeah, it was an ASW attack, so we didn't even get any shots off. All right, moving on. I'm not going to overanalyze that. Oh, come on. Yeah. All right. So I don't know what this cargo ship is doing. If it's just skirting the coast here, if it's coming to the Philippines, or what. And here we are taking some more damage. I say more. This is a different sub, but oh, taking on some water. This is not ideal. Um, we generally take a lot of damage in these interactions. We also generally get a escape to repair to come back and fight another day. So let's see if that's going to happen this time as well. But you know what? I'm probably not going to do this for too long because we got other things, other fish to fry. I kind of want to see though. I want the reason I watch these honestly is to because it tells me if there's hits at the end in the summary, but it doesn't tell me if it's direct hits. So far we've taken a few, like 3 or 4 hits, but they're all so far near misses, which I know technically means hit, but a near miss is still a hit. But none of these were direct hits. But 2 torpedoes hit, heavy damage. This should sink. Wow. I am surprised 2 Mark 14s detonated and it still survives. If it continues to survive back to base, um, it will require some serious time repairing. Okay, we should have some good sweeps today, but I don't remember all the aircraft going in. But we'll find out here shortly. So first, our Hurricane 2Cs get in there. These are flying at the highest level of all my aircraft. Well, I do have some P-38Es should be coming later as well. Okay, speaking of not taking too much time, I'll probably move forward with this here in a minute too. Advance this. But yeah, he's trying to defend this. His oh, what are they called? Tojos. His Tojos aren't here. All right, nothing's happening. It's kind of a stalemate here. I'm gonna skip this because I don't want to sit here all day. All right, so we didn't clear out very many of these aircraft. We at least lost one ourselves. So let's continue. All right, his numbers are dwindling quickly. So unless we um, don't get all our bombing runs in the AM, should be okay getting our bombers in without being intercepted. Okay, and I don't know who pilots the Knicks. If it's Navy, or Army pilots, but I think all zeros are Navy pilots, but I could be wrong. The Oscars are Army planes, Army pilots. So we're basically clearing out, potentially anyway, his Navy pilots by shooting these zeros down. All right, go Warhawks. That was a very profitable round. Okay, so this hex is devoid of enemy cap, but hey, it doesn't hurt to have insurance, right? And I've been rotating a couple squadrons out for a break, so that allows me to keep them somewhat rested, and then rotate them back in, rest some tired squadrons. Yeah, I'm going to utilize this base here with some fighters and try to cap trap some of this stuff. We'll have to take a look at that as we go. I still have to get a base force there, but also we were able to destroy one by flak. All right. I don't have a lot of commentary. There's not much to say. It's a lot of same old, same old. But I do rotate targets here. I am bombing the ground troops again here. The rotation came back to this hex with the ground troops, and we're doing minimal damage. The weather is not cooperating. We are underperforming every day. We actually destroy something there, although, you know, fog of war, that type of thing. So we're even bombing at 13,000 feet and we're still taking damage here. Um, I'm probably not going to go up any higher, but maybe I'll change my mind if I start seeing, instead of damaged, if I start seeing some destroyed aircraft. All right, so we're following up here at Hollandia. It looks like he got all of his air. Oh, I thought he got all his aircraft out, but we get a topsy. It could be that this was damaged and he couldn't get it out. Um, but yeah, the idea here is just if we destroy the base, if we just utterly destroy the base here, I'm guessing he's got aircraft here flying supply missions in different places. By the way, supply missions by air is tiny amount of supply. So this is not an ideal way of getting massive numbers of supplies, like if he's flying into Finnshaven. But by doing this and destroying his capability of even launching his aircraft, or destroying the aircraft outright, or the supply as well, will keep him from supporting some of these out of supply base or low supply bases. And we got some more ground bombing. Clear sky. If this were Japanese bombers, they would have had like 10 times the casualties. Now, someone could say, well, one could argue, well, the difference here is these are Japanese troops, which are better trained and equipped for this kind of, to protect themselves against bombing. Maybe. I don't know the air defense stats of the different troops. But I mean, we're in double terrain, and he's just still, hitting us pretty hard with his bombers. Now, by the way, I raised the elevation. No, what's the word? At altitude. I've raised the altitude of our bombers here because he has decent flak. Now, this is a different target. We were bombing Kwajalein before, but still, this I decided let's go with 15 and see how we do target hitting the target and see how we do with flak, and we're still taking damage here. But at some point you just got to do it, and that was at 10K. Apparently I haven't adjusted all of the altitudes. Here, I'm not so worried. Partly I'm guessing anyway that they're low supplies. Plus, I don't think they have any straight flak here. We pretty much beat him up pretty badly to make him retreat, and so what he has left here is probably a shell of what it was once was. Now it looks like all of our sweeps did go, so I'm hoping that we don't. That means we shouldn't have any in the afternoon. So hopefully we don't have any bombing runs in the afternoon, and then his fighters are all back up in the sky to trap us. So we'll see. All right, here's a delayed sweep here. These Kitty Hawk 3s, these are New Zealanders. Hmm. Maybe that's that cargo ship that we hit with two torpedoes. I was surprised that it didn't just outright sink it, but um, who knows? That could have been a different ship. We've hit some ships with torpedoes the last few days. Yeah, see, 19 Helens with light rain. This is at least times two terrain, and we had clear skies times two terrain, and we hit like what was it, 8 casualties? I think we maybe damaged one device. If anybody has any insight, see, this is what I was worried about, and these Wellingtons are not cheap. All right, let's get through that. Man, four of these Wellingtons. Guys, you got to either go or just call it. Oh, look at this. Mm, just frustrating. And then they go when it's heavy storm. I don't get it. Yeah, so whatever. I'm just going to move on. It's just pretty idiotic. All right, so he's going in for the deliberate attack. Okay, 5-1, but here's a situation where we're man, we're pretty wrecked. Terrain is the only thing in our favor. Everything else is just gone. But this is a situation where, out of desperation, they're just fighting. If he hadn't completely surrounded us, we would have retreated by now. However, because he surrounded us, when he does defeat us, it will be several thousand troops surrendering, and he'll get a lot of points for that. In the meantime, he's chewing us up a bit, but we're also giving ourselves a chance to get up this road into key places like Quchuan. So this, I'm not complaining here. So I had another Chinese corps coming, and I could have put it in Tungu and attacked, but I thought about it and I decided, I probably already narrated this before, but I thought if I march down here and use it to push into Pegu, that might have better benefits and long-term results for me. But I don't know if that's true. I'm just saying that was my my objective is not to just have parity in all these hexes and that's it. My objective is actually to push him around. Now, what I could do is try to cross the river here and really get into, make him have to pull troops back. And I'll probably do that if I can't take Pegu. I'll probably pull back and then try some kind of a maneuver around his. I don't know. That's something to talk about later. But I guess my point is, yeah, while I'm bombarding Tungu, and we have parity here, I did consider bringing another Chinese corps, but I changed my mind. Okay, so yeah. Okay. Um, Russell Islands, Port 3, Akyab, Port 3, Tulagi, Nunauti, I don't know what that is, Nunauti, Aden, Airfield 8, Aden, okay. Now that's just for points. I don't, it's not a real base. Okay, some assets here. So, honestly, before I started recording, I kind of considered that I would skip. I would, of course, give you a heads up, but I would skip the analysis after the sixth at the after the sixth playthrough. But I decided against that. But it will be truncated because there really is nothing new yet to talk about. But I do have something coming up in the next couple of days that I'll probably point out. Um, well, at the end of the next, as we wrap the next video, I'll go along and talk more about the situation on the map. But I did want to talk about this. I figured a couple days ago in game, we skipped the operational report purposefully, and I kind of want to look at it this time. So you'll see this Umboy Island. That's there in, well, in the area of New Guinea, New Britain type of thing. And then we do have Porpoise is still trying to get home somewhere to repair. It's fine. It's just there's a temporary issue. Um, it's not that damn. It's not in danger of sinking. We got some kills here. This is over Burma likely, although we lost a lot of planes, a lot of Wellingtons. That's just frustrating. All right, and then let's see. Uh, trying to see, trying to make sure I catch stuff that I want to talk about. Akyab, that's cool because we can increase the number of ships now that bring supplies to Akyab, so that's good right there. And then Russell Islands, this is good to just increase the capacity to also supply this. However, we're about to move beyond Russell Islands, and this will become an afterthought probably before too long. But Tulagi fortifications, this is just because we've built it up maxed out everywhere else, and we just want to, like I said about, forget what it was, maybe Port Mort. No, anyway, it really doesn't matter. The point is, I'm okay with doing this and leaving a small garrison behind, but having some fortifications just in case he tries to sneak behind us with minimal defenses. And then Aden here, of course, this airfield is size 1. This is just to keep my CBs working, occupy them so they're not lazy or bored. And also, it gives us some points. Likely, maybe we got 4 points out of this, but in any case, we have airfield size 1, and then Aden, airfield size 8, although there's not much we're going to do with that. That's just for points also. And then Tarapo, there, I think Southern New Guinea, again, that's just so that we can have a token force and it won't fall real quickly. But looking here, we got some repairs done, upgrades in the works here. We got actually a sub tender. That's cool. Upgrading, and then we're still working on getting these light tank regiments filled out and upgraded. And then we got some basic assets here brought in. Cape Town, yeah. Anyway, you see that. All right. Then let's look at losses here because we lost seven, and I was hoping for zero. Of course, you always do. But anyway, we lost 16 total, and he lost 17. High ops losses as usual. Just not sure how that's happening. It's not only the variance here. What makes me start wondering, I try to keep my fatigue low, and so I'm just curious why this is so high. Are my pilots worse? Are my airframes more susceptible to crashing? I mean, what's going on with my planes? With my anyway, the I mean, I would imagine equal pilots and equal airframes, this would be even. So I'm not sure what's causing, like, every turn I'm getting tons more ops losses. All right, enough complaining here. So he lost 7 zeros. Of course, we did hit a couple of topsies on the ground there at Hollandia. Nicks, couple Oscars. Um, anyway, and then just one each of these three things for varying reasons. Okay. So yeah, this is a huge part of our losses. We've only had 10. Still 10 is a lot. So see this, 2 air-to-air and then 4 ops. So I'm just, I guess this kind of makes sense. We took damage and on the way back maybe crashed or rode it off after we landed. Like, okay, we're gonna have to use this for parts. So I guess I understand that one, and I understand this one because it was on the return trip, also from its bombing raid, and could be some of these others similarly. They had taken some beating, but now the Kitty Hawk 3, the B-25s. I mean, these, yeah, it just feels like these numbers are too high on a regular basis. Okay. 213, so 6 out of 16 um, destroyed airframes. That's not. Uh, we've had way worse ratios than that, so I'll take it. Okay, now we have sunk a lot of vessels the last few days. It's just not getting reported here. We've heard it sink. Now, we don't have confirmation, and we have to wait for the Japanese to tell us, or somehow our intelligence, um, anyway, Army intelligence or whoever's operating. Okay, I guess we'll look to that. Okay, really, there's not much else that I was thinking of talking about, but since I brought it up, well, let me think. Yeah, I can't think of anything. Um, it could just be because I'm tired. But I can't. But what I was going to say is, our Chinese core, first new Chinese core, 502 AV. If we brought it here, it's not enough to turn the scales because this is times 2 terrain, plus who knows what its fortifications are here. However, if I push it down here and we hit Pegu or we bypass Pegu altogether and come this way, he may have to peel troops off to stop us. That would allow us to thin this and then hit it. Or he'll have to pull guys from Rangoon to then cover this. Anyway, I'm just trying to. I don't know that I have the right approach, but I'm constantly looking for a way to um, get the numbers advantage that I need to loosen his grip on this stuff. Because right now he's not budging and I'm not budging. Neither one of us are going to eject the other. So the only option I have is to either punch a hole in Pegu or go around and maybe take Mole Mine and force him to pull out of this area because of supply issue. Now he could bring supply ships in, and that's always a possibility, but that also puts them in danger of getting hit by my dive bombers. But anyway, that's for another time to see if. Look at that, 73 fighters. So he did it again, and he did it with huge airfield damage, which is probably why he had very few aircraft up in cap. Now I'm going to hit this. It's possible he pulled them back out again, but if there are any damaged fighters here, I'm going to take them out. So we're gonna focus our efforts here. If he's going to put fighters here, he's going to put them in danger. Get the airfield damage back up to 100, and then go back to hitting. I don't mind cycling through and hitting these air bases a lot more frequently. Now I know why he doesn't put his airframes here in Tungu because, oh, that's right. If they're damaged, they're also going to leave because they'll be railed out. But he can't put them here because if he does take damage, we will hit him and destroy them. Now, again, it's likely he's bugged out of there, but I'm going to hit it anyway because you never know. He may have forgotten or left a squadron or two or three or whatever. So yeah, that's that. And this has still a lot of damage, but we need to cycle some of these in. But first, Chiang Mai, and then we'll hit something here. But yeah, there's not really much else to cover. But I promise I am getting a base force here to Nanchang, after which we'll also put aircraft here and try to hit some of these bombers when they come in. Now, I will say this. Did you notice? Well, why do I always forget? So, it's possible I just forgot. But I don't think he bombed up here this turn. Because I think he doesn't want to take a chance without being able to sweep or escort. But maybe he hit it and I was like daydreaming. I do know he still bombs down here with impunity. This is why I want to get this base operational so I can go here and intercept stuff or go here and intercept stuff. Give me options or both. I do have plenty of fighters here. Let's take a look. 149 fighters. So that's not too shabby. All right. Well, I'll be back to talk about the 7th and then of course the 8th, and then I'll talk a bit more about what's going on the map. Thanks, guys. Take care. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.